today was to navigate, and Jose has done an excellent job to navigate us through the presentation. But in order for us to know where we're going, we need a roadmap. Every presentation in Toastmasters has a roadmap, so we'll start with the roadmap. We first of all need our Toastmaster, of course, Jose. You did an excellent job in leading us, navigating us through this session. I really liked how you started with the introduction, Atlantis, the whole story, very interesting. I didn't know about this Gibraltar and Tarifa kind of thing. I didn't know about the Japan Atlantis. It was very interesting to learn about all of this and to link it to this word of the day. So, excellent start. Some things I would recommend you to improve a little bit. First of all, the timing, which was not entirely your fault. Looking at some other people here. So, yeah, be sure you're on time, you start on time, because we've all started a little bit later, and that makes us a bit rushed through the session, and that could have been a bit better. Same thing on lighting. I would recommend you to test first the presentation before the session, so that you can see, is the lighting really good enough? Which lights do I have to turn off, turn on, leave on, open the blinds, whatever, right? So that you're ready for the presentation, and you can do that. And that was about it. I think it was excellently done. A bit in the beginning, I saw you a little bit, I don't know, like hesitating on when should I come, when should I go, should they evaluate, should they not have evaluate. I think be a bit more certain on how the agenda flows and step in immediately, so that we are tied to you, right? You're navigating us through this whole thing, but overall, excellent.
Thank you.
So very well done. And that's great. So then we have our speakers, of course. So we've all had the speakers, right? We had the evaluations, which were all as well excellently done. And through these speakers and evaluations and the entire session, we've got my helpers that are evaluating the session. So we've got, first of all, our counter. So Christian, if you want to give your impression on the ahs and ums that have been used in this session.
Yeah, in general, I would say that significantly reduced. And I think people are aware of it, since we're going through this process. Anyhow, with the opening, Jose, I couldn't hear any ums and so. And on the first speaker, Michael, had 7 and 1 and. And speaker 2, Rosa, had, Mikey had 12. Rosa had 7. And when it comes to the table topics, RJ had 4 A. And table topics 2, Sandra had 1 A. And evaluator 1, Nuria, had 2 A. And evaluator 2, Luis, had 4 A's. And speaker number 3, Aris, had 1 A. And evaluator number 3, Pau, had 3 A.
Thank you, Christian, for the excellent summary. Achia, you are the timekeeper today.
Yes,
Can you
although
give your
you already did part of my job. No, I'm joking. Jose, a comment for you. The meeting started late and you did a very long introduction. You actually have 3 minutes to introduce and you used 6. So knowing that the meeting already was late, maybe you could have shortened it a bit. And for the rest, Michael was just 2 seconds below, Mike is already gone. All the evaluators were on time, except Paul, 5 seconds later than 3 minutes. And the table topics went very fast because we took one less. So we could, the Toastmaster maybe could have shortened the things a little bit, so we could add on time, but for the rest, good.
Thank you, Achia, thank you. Barrett, if you want to give your impressions on the grammarian part.
Okay, yeah. First, start by saying my native tongue is English, and I'm incredibly impressed at all of you for doing all of this in a language that's not your native tongue, since I only speak English, really. But I did note some grammatical errors. Jose said, in the road to, when it should have been on the road to. And I noticed a couple of times people pluralizing things like people says, when it should be people say, if it's plural in the noun. She lives here for the past 20 years. She has lived here for the past 20 years. Somebody mentioned an experience I made when it should have been an experience I had. Explaining, I noticed a couple of people say things to the extent of things you were explaining us, when it should be explaining to us something. And then once, now we should turn the lights, when it should have been now we should turn off the lights. So I can link them with the people if it's useful afterward, but those are the things I noticed.
Thank you, very, very good. So then our last part are table topics. My pen is missing, so that was the big question mark. We all were surprised, I think, with the topic you chose, Paul. I think it was a very, very good one, very original, very funny. So that one was also a big smiley face here. And that's about it. So I want to thank you all very much for the session. I think it was a great one, and I hand it over back to you, Jose.